President Xi Jinping often insists the idea of Thucydides' trap as inevitably meaning war, mistake, not inevitable. They should each understand that coexisting is necessary because the existence, the alternative, is co-destructing. So if we start from the proposition that a war would be so destructive of me and of you that we can't even ensure our own survival, then we have a powerful incentive to cooperate to prevent that. Well, how do wars happen? Sometimes they happen because one party wants a war, but sometimes they happen like World War I because there's a rivalry and then some incident or accident that's almost inconsequential happens. That becomes a spark. Spark becomes a fire. Fire becomes a conflagration. That's called World War I. So looking and seeing, as I tried to do in the Thucydides Trap book, I have a chapter on World War I as one of the cases to see how does this dynamic work. So misperceptions, misunderstandings, miscalculations, misjudgments can often fuel a cycle that takes two parties that each know we do not want a war, but into an outcome that neither wanted. And I think, fortunately, the two governments are now thinking about that and thinking, well, okay, if this happened, then that could happen. And if that happened, this could happen. So we need to understand this in advance. If we want a war, let's have a war. Of course, nobody wants a war.
No.
People say, that's insane. Well, so it's even more insane to have a war that you didn't want. So how do we prevent that? And that's why I think the framework that was and foundation laid at San Francisco, and then thick communication that's private, candid, talking about everything, being clear where we disagree, but also making it clear where misunderstandings could mislead us, where we don't really disagree.